All right, guys. So I want to go ahead and admit something to you that is a special gift, something that only promoters know, and outside of that, normal people just don't get a chance to really grasp a hold to it. So the difference between a promoter and someone who, especially myself, has been around, honestly, now going on 31 years as a promoter in marketing and promoting things and moving the needle is there has to be some movement, there has to be some excitement, there has to be your adrenal glands have to get moving when something is being promoted. That's the reason why all promoters seem to have like this flash, this boom boom boom, right? Well, it may not be your personal personality, but you got to get out of that stuck in life kind of whatever that thing is that you do, you know what I mean? Where you just like, I'm just going to never pick up the motion and not do. No, it won't work. It absolutely won't work. And I think it's really simple. If you go to a basketball game and everybody is sitting prim and proper, that game doesn't excite you. You want to walk out the building. It's really that simple, right? Why do we not apply that same measure to life? Why is it that we don't apply that same measure to business? I'll tell you why. Because you're too busy grinding for your daily bread. That's why. You're too busy grinding for your daily bread. So you have no time to even think. That's the way the system is set up. And so when you're paying your bills and you're going through this madness, how in the world can you create something else? How can you even see that it's possible to create something else? So you're going to have to take a chance. You're going to take a risk. You're going to have to do something outside of your comfort zone, outside of your character in order to move that needle. And that is where you'll find predators if you're not careful, because the predators know this. Everybody's got to come through this way. So if you imagine it as being life's highway, there are predators, there's sharks, there's alligators, there's people out there ready to take your money out your pocket. That's the reason, people. That's the reason I don't take in every idea known to man, because I can only do so many of them. I'm not designed to take in every single one, and nor is it really even my job to take in every single one. So what do? I utilize wisdom. God has given me a brain in my head, and he's given me an opportunity to pray. And I don't know your journey. I don't know what your process is or how it works. But I can tell you right now, if you're a flash in the pan all the time, then your bank account will also be a flash in the pan. However, this is what Brian Lamont Roberts knows. I know how to make it look like one thing while I'm doing a whole nother thing. You heard that correctly. I know how to make it look like one thing when I'm doing a whole nother thing. How did I learn that? I learned that being a promoter, because there were other promoters and sharks in the water who wanted to take and steal my ideas and move on to the next level on their own. A lot of people will glad hand you and say, oh yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying. I really want to be a part of it. But guess what? If the proof ain't in the pudding, then there ain't nothing in the put. Do you hear me? If the proof ain't in the pudding, there ain't nothing in the put. If people don't put their money where their mouths are, they are just talking to you. They are nothing more than generic social media entrepreneurs or whatever you want to call them. They are profiteers. They're trying to profit off of you and your tears. You heard me right. Yeah, right. Like, so they like profits, right? But they actually profit off of you. And they utilize this thought process that, man, you took that risk. You knew what the problem was, man. You know, blase. And they're actually just manipulators. So what I refused to do was build a group of just manipulation. I absolutely refused this. And so I designed Diamond VIP. So there are multiple layers within Diamond VIP. It's going to be very difficult for you to just come in and take a quick glance and figure me out, right? And that is also by design. But when I give you the hype, I dare you. When I put more bounce to the ounce in the room, I dare you to turn it on. If I put September in the room from Earth, Wind, and Fire, I dare you to turn it on. I put things in there that's very difficult for you to say, you know what, that ain't no big deal, right? And I have my son, that young man, Thomas Troutman, Roger Troutman's son. I'm actually going to call him. He's on fire for God. Believe it or not, you don't have to take my word for it. Look him up online. I love some of the things he posts and how he kind of moves. And at the end of the day, guys, you have access to a lot. I'm not going to wake you up and say, oh, you got access to it. That's the DIY project. That is your responsibility. But I will show you I'll give you those motivations. I'll show you a pathway where you can say, you know what, I can kind of see myself doing this a little bit. This is kind of like a mentorship thing. Yes, it is. Because when Lamont Roberts finally takes his retirement, I'm more of a preparer for retirement. I'm more of a preparer for legacy. When I take my rest, and I mean, I've been there before, guys, so don't think I won't do it. I know how to do it. I know how to travel. It's just way too much chaos going on in the world. Then you'll already have access to what you need to do. You'll already have resources and tools. I couldn't be more excited about this month. I couldn't be more excited about fasting and praying. I couldn't be more excited about Nico's involvement. And now we're going to learn more and more about cryptocurrency and trading it properly. I mean, I just can't be more excited. Who better to train you than somebody that's already been there? You don't have to take my word for it. Fly out to Las Vegas and take a look at his car collection. I bet you then you kind of say, wow, I need to be a part of this. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how it works. And so you can either follow those who will charge you large sums of money to learn some of the same things, and they'll make you think that you're really getting somewhere. But if you ain't figured it out yourself, you ain't really doing nothing. Because the moment they go to the hospital, the moment something happens in their lives, the moment that they die, you have nothing. And that's the question that Diamond VIP answers that no one answers quite like we do. No one does. I know it because I can already see the math. I see that people just want to be followed. Okay. I don't necessarily have to be followed because I've been followed. That's why. Because I'm already an actor. I've already starred in shows. I already know what it feels like to have fans. I know what that feels like. I don't need them to be social media fans. I've already had real ones. You think Denzel cares about social media fans for real, for real? Not really. He just knows that those are a reflection of some of the folks that have seen his movie over the years. But he's actually put the proof in the pudding. And there's very few people out there that have put the proof in the pudding. It's your turn to put your proof in the pudding. And I got your back. I got your back like Cadillacs. Now, the exciting news about Chef Coco is any one of you, if you got $250 to spend, I may do a discounted rate if I get enough people to say they want to do it. I'm definitely going. And I'm bringing my guy in, Kenneth Campbell. And he's a drone pilot. We used to work together at Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell. So we're going to get some aerial shots and some drone footage. We're going to take a bus out. We're going to tour around. I'm going to be there from the 19th to the 22nd to enjoy everything that goes on. You want to bring your tuxedo and everything else there is. This is going to be in Napa Valley. It's the Vintner and the Chef. Why would you not be there? Coming up, I've got a presentation with BNI. Some of the big three folks have loved the product, Numi, that I've been giving out. And so we got a networking event coming up at Body 20. That is going amazingly well. To be honest with you guys, actually, since I've actually done it, believe it or not, imagine not having to go to the freaking chiropractor. Because to be frank with you, I was getting massages and stuff, but now I'm noticing that my lower back, and that's a thing. You can look it up on published medical reports. That's actually a thing when you get that stimulation. It's going through all those areas of your body, because basically one of the reasons why your body, there's several reasons your body would go through pain, but one of them is inflammation. So we're handling that with Numi. But now that I'm getting stimulated in 36,000 muscle groups as I work out, I find my body is reacting differently, and I actually feel a lot better. I feel like I did when I was 25, real talk. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to plug that. If you want to, it's called EMS. You can look it up. Surely there's an EMS, somebody is doing it in your area, right? And it's a derivative of EMF, which is actually the military version. So we obviously don't want people croaking from doing military special ops stuff or whatever that may be. So that's what we got on the menu. I'm super excited. We're going to do that Boo-Ray event. I did talk to Herman. I talk to Herman just about every day, just so you know. So a lot of these folks that I've met, it's just amazing what's going on. I wish I could go to Morocco and Ghana with the rest of the crew, but I have too many things going on. I want to do a fly-in to go see Iris and see what Wesh is doing on boots on the ground, to actually physically be there in the room. That'll be awesome. Probably will get a camera on that too. This is just an awesome time, guys. It's just a very awesome time. Gifted has some very important news that will probably be dropped really, really soon. Art Olivant and the Coco phone, that thing is going big, guys. There has been a buy with Best Buy, so You will see that come out before Christmas, but this is all just real stuff. These are all tangibles, and that's what I've always wanted. I wanted it to be a tangible outlet and opportunity. Also, I have maybe jumping on Cowboy's show either this month or next month, either this Friday or the following month. But he wanted to do a podcast on me, several podcasts.